So in this video, I want to help you speak from your stomach and not from your throat. I did a video on this a couple of years ago, and I've had a couple of people, actually there was backing music on it, so I've had a couple of people say, Jimmy, could you redo the video and maybe update it? So here it is. This is the video, but I've entitled it, How to Speak from Your Stomach. If you speak from your throat, the problem doing so is that one, you're going to sound like this and it's going to hurt or it's going to feel tight after a long day of speaking in meetings or calls and on the phone. You can come across also too grating and perhaps argumentative. It can be very abrupt sounding voice and it's going to hurt. It feels and sounds as if you're shouting, but you don't mean to. And your anxiety to speak to others is causing a constricted sensation, perhaps, in your larynx. The issue is that if you continue to speak from your throat, you'll never be heard properly and you'll damage your voice or you won't speak up at all. So what's the answer? I hear you say, what's the answer? Well, the title actually is a little misleading because you're not actually speaking from your stomach. By breathing correctly, you'll, number one, have better breath control to take the energy away from the larynx and push less air over the vocal folds. Here's a video about controlling your breath when you speak. Bing! Number two, find more resonance in your chest cavity. Here's a quick exercise to feel the sound resonating from your chest rather than from your throat. Now, I want you to make a sigh with an R shape and a breathy onset. Breathy onset is anything that starts with the breath. And I want you to place your hand on your chest. So we're going to make a sigh. So the sigh is but with a breathy, not a hard onset, not a but a ha. Now do it again with your hand on your chest like this, or two hands, or even three. No, one hand like this and ha. Can you feel the resonance here? Tell me in the comments whether you can feel that. So Number three is to use a wider pitch range to vary the amount of air going over the vocal folds. Here's a quick exercise to do just that. Hum very quietly up and down your vocal range, your vocal register, up and down in peaks and troughs like this. Now that eventually is going to translate into your speech. You see, I'm already, by encouraging more energy here, I'm already speaking in much more dynamic way. Talking about dynamics, number four is create more dynamics by energizing your sound. Now here's a very quick exercise. This is called energizing fricatives. Fricatives are either shh, anything that stops the air from coming out and creates a really good subglottal pressure from your lungs to here. So I want you to try this. This is a really good. Now decide either to use a sh, a s, or a f. I want you to change that into a sound. So let's, for instance, use a VW. I don't know why I'm doing that, but VW shape. So as if you were to say Volkswagen or voluptuous or Volvo. Give me some words with V in the comments. That would be really help me when I'm coaching. So I'm trying to think of another word. Let's use vulgar. Vulgar. There we are. So the beginning of the word vulgar. Now I want you to, if you've already watched my video on breathing, I want you to push from your stomach. So and again go up a little bit each time in pitch and more energy. So think dynamics. That's going to create more dynamics in your speech. If you would like to take this further and work with me either with your team or one-to-one, I have an online course. I teach online mainly, but also occasionally, depending on where you live, I teach in person. Let's have a chat and we can go from there. Speak soon.